Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another late night horror movie review. I did one a week or so ago and I really enjoyed doing it. And what I thought, because I did one of my favourites, and I really enjoyed that. So it was really cool. So tonight we've got another corker for you. Absolutely brilliant, as you can see there from that beginning clip. We are looking at Smile. Now, this is a new film. This was out last year in the cinemas, and it got a Blu-ray release this year. And that clip there was of a woman who had committed suicide. But as you can see, it was there's lots of pills and alcohol everywhere, so she's killed herself. And this is where our sort of story begins, because her suicide was witnessed by a young girl. And that young girl has sort of grown up now to become a woman. She's become like a psychiatric sort of doctor.
Dr. Carter.
He's gonna die. She's gonna die. Mom's gonna die. I'm gonna die. Everybody dies.
I'm never getting to talk. It's bound to be nothing. Just this.
I got it. Thanks, Tim.
So she's had a phone call there about one of her patients has been brought in, one of her regular patients, that guy there. And he keeps repeating himself over and over and over. She's going to die, he's going to die, I'm going to die, she's going to die, we're all going to die. And he keeps repeating himself, so she goes to visit him to see what's going on.
I think it matters. I don't mind. I'm gonna. She's gonna. Yeah, well, I'm gonna. It don't matter. I'm gonna.
Hey, Carl. What's going on today?
I'm dying.
No. I don't think so. I think you're having another manic episode.
Don't you tell me. You don't know. I feel it all around me, squeezing.
And anyway, she's sort of like going to get him under some sort of observations. And while she's going, she speaks to the sort of reception who tells her that the sort of, I think it's like the head of the decorate of the of the psychiatric department wants to see her, because she's been authorising treatment for certain patients that don't have any health insurance. In America, you've got to have health insurance, and she's been authorising treatment for ones that hasn't got any, because obviously she really cares.
Hey, Rhonda. I'm gonna put Carl Rankin into observation for a few days. He's harmless. Just make sure someone checks on him every couple hours.
You got it.
Thanks.
Hey, Dr. Desai was looking for you.
Thank you.
So she goes to meet him, and they have that sort of conversation about, like I just said, about, you know, it's not always just about the money. It's got to be people that actually give a shit about caring for one another.
Try giving a shit about the point of our job here, Winston.
Look, I'm not questioning your judgment, okay? I just need you to come to me first so I can get ahead of it next time, right?
Yes. Okay, I'm sorry.
Hey, you haven't been here since the late shift last night, have you?
Anyway, he's picked up on her that she's been there for like a double shift. She's been working hours upon hours upon hours. She's obviously really passionate about her job and really cares about people. And she's just about to leave when the phone rings in her office. So she goes to answer it and picks it up, and it's another call about another new patient that's been brought in, a young girl.
Hi. Laura? My name is Dr. Cotter. I'm a therapist. Do you want to sit down? Okay. I know you're nervous. That's okay. I just want to have a chat. I promise this is a safe place.
So this young girl looks absolutely terrified out of her wits. Something's really spooked her, and sort of like the reason why she's there is because she's witnessed her teacher kill himself at school with like a sort of jackhammer, and just sort of like killed himself in front of everyone. And so she's absolutely devastated by it.
Come on. Let's sit. Please. Okay. I'm gonna.
Eventually she gets her to sit down to have a conversation with her about what's going on, but first of all she has to sort of like ask silly little questions. I think it's just to sort of like to see if she's compos mentis and can sort of like understand exactly where she is and what's happening.
What day of the week is it?
Thursday.
In the month?
October. I'm not crazy.
Nobody's saying that.
No, but I need you to understand I'm a PhD candidate. I'm not some lunatic. Okay?
Let's just take a breath and you could just tell me what's going on.
I'm seeing something. Something no one else can see except for me. I know how insane that sounds. I do, but it's this thing, I can't explain it.
And she sort of like comes out with this thing saying that there's something following her. Wherever she goes, she sees it. She sees it in people's faces. She sees it could be her granddad who's been dead for years, and she saw him die years ago, but she sees him everywhere. And she sees all these different faces, and it's sort of like haunted her wherever she goes, and they're all sort of like really sort of creepy and kind of smiling.
It tells me things. It told me that today's the day that I'm gonna.
That's okay. That's okay. I know that what you're experiencing feels incredibly real. Sometimes when we get emotionally overwhelmed or experience an intense trauma, our minds...
You're not listening to me! Oh my god! I'm gonna fucking die and no one will listen to me!
Okay, Laura, it's okay.
Oh,
Hey, it's okay. Laura, hey, can you look at me, please? It's okay. Look at me.
So she thinks there that it's the day she's going to die, it's today. And she's absolutely freaks out because it's, like I said, about these people that smiling, and she sees it in just anyone, strange people. And then, as you saw there, she saw something in the doctor, which absolutely freaked her out. And it freaked me out when I first saw it, because she sort of starts going on the floor, sort of convulsing on the floor, and just sort of like really sort of freaking out. And the doctor hasn't got a clue what to do.
I have a patient emergency in eval 2. I need staff here now. Hurry.
and that's it. That's like the smile. It's creepy, right? It's a nice smile, but it's really eerie and creepy. Something just not ring right about it, does it? It doesn't look like a proper sort of happy smile. It looks like a haunted smile. Anyway, this is all part of this girl passing that curse on to the doctor. Because right then, right there, as the girl does the smile, she smashes that vase on the floor. She's got a piece of it, and then she cuts her throat right down there and kills herself. And obviously the doctor's in real shock. And you can see the absolute fear and shock in her face. And it's really devastated her. So she's at the hospital in shock, and the police turn up to question her, and she recognises one of the police officers, the white dude. I think they've got some sort of background.
Had Miss Weaver ever been a patient here before?
No,
Would you say she was typical of the patients you see here?
this is an emergency psychiatric unit. Typical is not really a thing here.
Right, but she was a head case, yeah?
I'm sorry, a head case?
So you can see the police are a bit, don't really care. There's no sympathy, especially in the black dude. And she's sort of like telling her, breaking her heart down, saying, look, it was just so weird and strong. She was just there, sort of smiling at me. And again, the black dude gives a really sort of horrible sort of response.
Before she died, she was smiling.
Yeah, she sounds fucking crazy to me.
So a lot's going on at this moment. Her boss has told her to take a week's leave. Said because she's being a bit, but she doesn't want to or anything. So she just carries on with her job. She goes home and sees the cat, and the cat's fine. And then she starts to see sort of visions.
Rose. Whoa.
She meets up with her sister. They go out for dinner with the sister and her partner, and the doctor and her fiance go out, and they go out for dinner, and and stuff like that. And things turn a bit crazy there because obviously she's still in a bit of shock. Anyway, the next day, the sister calls her up and apologises, and she looks out the window. She can see that figure again.
Company.
Okay, well, if you can't make it to Jesse's party tomorrow, you could at least get him a present. If you need an idea, he's really into electric model trains.
Uh-huh.
You sound weird. Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm fine.
It's absolutely haunting her now, and this is like, we're only about 20 minutes into the film. And she's walking, we see her walking through the corridors of the hospital, and we see that first patient of hers again.
Hey, Carl. How you feeling today? And she tries to communicate with him, and again he's like
phase with his smile and stuff like that, and he sort of like scares the living daylights out of her.
Carl. Carl?
She's gonna die. I'm gonna die. Everybody dies.
Carl, look at me.
You're going to die. You're going to die. You're going to die. You're going to die.
So he has to be sort of like pinned down by the guards there. They're at the hospital because he goes crazy. And like I said, she starts getting visions, all sorts of different things, weird stuff starts happening to her and her family. She starts getting relationship breakdowns with her partner. She starts having problems with her sister and family members, and no one believes her that she's having these visions. And there's a path all the way along, like the girl that killed herself, her teacher who she witnessed kill herself, witnessed someone killing themselves, and then that person witnessed someone killing themselves. So it's like a pattern, like a curse that's followed, and now she's seen it, hasn't she? And she's seen these visions and these faces, so it looks like now she's cursed by it. And that's how the story goes along, and no one believing her apart from her, the white police guy. Like I said, I think he might be an ex-boyfriend. So and they sort of get involved in investigating it along the lines. But I'm not going to tell you no more because I don't want to spoil it for you. So what do I think of the film? It's amazing. I mean, I really enjoyed it the first time round. It took a while to grab me. Me and the lad Lemon Law watched it and thought, yeah, it's cool, but you know, it's nothing sort of like special or anything like that. It's nothing new to the table. But on second viewing, it's amazing. I enjoyed it so much more after another viewing because now I get the idea what's going on, and you see more in the second viewing. Really, really cool. The positives of the film: it looks amazing, absolutely great, brilliantly acted, really cool story. Although it's very similar to It Follows, it's still a really, really good story. It sort of really captures a real sort of shivery kind of horror, makes you sort of shiver and scary. It is quite a scary film. There's quite a few jump scares in there, and it is a very, very cleverly made horror film, like It Follows, like Hereditary. If you like those sort of films, you'll love Smile. Really, really cool film. Can't really think of any negatives apart from it is a slow burn. It's not like an all action out sort of film, so be prepared for that. It runs for about 2 hours, but the story is quite captivating and you find it going really, really quick and enjoyable. So I'm going to score the film an awesome watch and give it a 9 out of 10. When I first saw it, I'd probably given it a 7 to an 8, but now I'm giving it a 9 because it's absolutely fantastic. Really love Smile. Really, really cool film. Any of you guys seen it? Let me know down below what you thought of it. I thought it was absolutely amazing and stunning film. I'm just so glad I rewatched it again. Please check it out if you like a sort of real psychological suspense sort of thriller horror. That's the one for you. It's really, really cool. Check out some horror channels for me, guys, before my next video. Check out Horror Hands, check out Horror Geek, Man v Film, RS Designs, Pizzawell, and I am the Ice Lord and Sarah of Horror. So I hope you're enjoying these late night films. This is late at night. This is about midnight. I sat up watching this from about sort of 10 o'clock and I've watched it through to midnight. And I want to give you the review. This is why it's called the late night horror movie review. Now I'm thinking of doing this a bit more regular, but calling it like the late night horror show, and not just do reviews. I might have a bit of a chit chat about horror and about the way things that are coming out, some of the things I've watched, some of the things I want to watch, some of the things I'm looking out for, and you can put down below what sort of things that you recommend for me to watch and stuff like that. Get a bit of a conversation going, and I'll include the chat over until my next video. Unfortunately, I don't have the facilities to do a live stream. I just don't have that sort of setup. I don't own a laptop. so I can't really do that. Or I'd actually do this live, like a nice 30-40 minute program once a fortnight or something. But I don't have that facility, so the only way I can do it is by doing these sort of this sort of video program like this. But I hope you do like it. Check out my previous one if you get a chance. It was a review of Pieces, so it's always good to look at that. Till next time, look after yourselves, look after one another, and I really hope I see you all soon.